So this client here, how long has your shoulder been bothering you for?
Probably 3 or 4 weeks now.
3 or 4 weeks. Did you have any problems with your shoulder before? Just all of a sudden it happened?
Yeah, I was throwing football and then it hit and it was like, couldn't use it, couldn't lift it, or any of that.
So now you said you couldn't lift it or move it?
Yep.
Okay. So let's go into this one over here. And I'm gonna show you the muscle back here. It basically has no development back here at all in his shoulder. So long term, his shoulder's gonna start breaking down. Eventually he's gonna end up with some kind of tear in the shoulder. Maybe supraspinatus, maybe just a labrum, but at some point it's gonna happen. So what we're gonna do is, I want him to lift his chest, and I want you to drive the shoulder down. And when he drives down, the shoulder's a little bit too rolled forward here. So I want him just to roll back just a tiny bit, so it's kind of like in the center line of his torso, and then I'm gonna have him drive down. Now watch how hard it is for him to hold this position. And there's muscle, there's nothing here. Look at it, it starts rolling forward, you see? So right there, right, reset, and just try to stay right there. Don't let this move, right there. And notice how this elbow's here. Watch this, if I draw this elbow back, go ahead. Now push down. Do you see, look at how much it wants to round forward. Now if I take it here, and I push, now he can stay back with the shoulder, you see? Just a little bit back, and then we're gonna drive down. So this is almost at 45 degrees, but this is the key. And now look back here at this muscle here. If we look here, so he's got some wing and scapula going on here. It's definitely not anchored. And go ahead, push down. There's no muscle here whatsoever. All right, so take a break. Sorry, I have to take my shirt off and show this. But this is what we're trying to develop here, okay? Teres major, but also when we're downward depressing, we're working the teres minor and the infraspinatus. But this is probably 90% of this problem. Is just that he cannot depress and anchor the shoulder down. What people don't understand is like, they go, well, I'm depressing down, how do I get to roll back? If I start here and I press down, over time it's gonna move like less than a 1/4 inch. If I just press down and lift my chest, keep it right here. Watch, I'm just pushing down, I'm not gonna roll back. I'm pushing down, look at how it moves on a 45. I'm not trying to do that, I'm just going where I can stay anchored, feel that spot, and then over time, it's gonna move on a diagonal. If I slouch and I push down, I'm pushing down as hard as I can. Look, it doesn't move. It just stays right here. But as soon as I lift my chest, I roll this back slightly and I push down, it moves on this angle. So we're trying to get it to move on an angle. You don't have to think about that angle, you just have to get that elbow in that right position, push down, and over time it will move very small on that angle. And that's what we're trying to do for him. So his shoulders get anchored rather than his shoulders being like this. Go, just relax and just turn sideways. Get your hands out of your pocket. So if we're here and he's just totally relaxed, look at how the shoulder, look at it, right? So we want to anchor it down, and once he starts anchoring down in this position, then it'll start moving on this diagonal over time. I'm not going to try to have him do that. If you try to roll it back too far and go into that diagonal, all you do is take yourself out of position. So that's how I correct someone's shoulder, and this is stage 1. And stage 2 is there's 3 other exercises that we add on. There's basically 4 foundational exercises, and they go those for 4 to 6 weeks, and there's 3 more that we add on, and that's when we can fully correct them over a 3-month period. It's generally how long it takes. And then he's got to keep doing it, and another 4 or 6 months after that 3-month period, then you're not going to have to ever worry about your shoulder getting hurt again unless you're in like a collision accident. All right, that's good. So I'm going to get a 3 and 4 pound dumbbell. Go ahead and put so you're going to come here like this. Put your knee here, okay? And then you're going to lay down onto your side here. On that.
So, this.
Correct.
This.
Good. Put this underneath. So just lay on your side. Yeah. And feel like this hip crevice here. This hip crevice here is right on the edge of the mat. And just move over more so your legs like more supported. Get the leg over forward. There you go. Good. Here. We're going to take this 6-8 inches off his thigh here. We're going to push the shoulder down and we're going to lock this out here. Lock it out. I'm not trying to roll back. I'm putting that same position here. And we're right here. And just, there's something weird here. Just reach around so you're not so stiff. See, and then let's move that way. Good. Yep, turn it down a little bit. Lock. Feel like you're revving a motorcycle. Good. We want to feel here. Drop it down a little bit and then up. So here, we're going to take it out 6-8 inches. Do you feel what I just did there?
Yeah.
So I'm going to depress it down and get in that same position I was over there. Bring it down a little lower. Just hold this side. The scapula. Whew. So take a look over here. This winging here, can you see that in the camera?
Yes.
Look at that. Okay, so that's why we got to get the shoulder anchored down over here, and then this technique improves. It's okay, it's winging a little bit now. Okay, so now, and watch. If he, go ahead, pinch your shoulder back. Like most people that try to pinch back too far and like roll this back. We want to roll it forward a little bit, and then we reach and we depress this shoulder down here. So if you get back over there, just hold that. Do you feel it more here?
Kind of.
Or back here? Yeah, so he's feeling it. Take a break. He's just, all he's doing is when he's holding himself in this position, all he's doing is working his scapula. You can see it. So I'm gonna have to readjust him and get him to understand where to feel this. So that's what we're gonna work on right now. Just rest for a sec here. The problem right now is when he's doing this, it's all scapula. He doesn't even feel the rear delt. Reach and keep this lower. I feel like, get this elbow back here. Yeah. Good. That's better, right? Okay, so take a look at the scapula now. Look at how it's settled down here. And this is what I want you to understand. Look at it. Now the winging's gone. Do you see? Can you see that, babe? I dropped it down low. Now lift the arm up higher and watch what happens. It's still here. Okay, so now we got his shoulder rolled forward a little bit. We got him in better positioning to take out the scapula. And when you're rolling it forward, that doesn't mean you're not going to improve the posture. But we're trying to take those rhomboids out in this exercise. We're just trying to focus on the rear delt here. He's got there's no muscle. So that wants to take over. Look at that. Look at how anchored that is now. Okay, rest. Feel that?
Yeah.
Did it burn?
Yeah.
This is his father over here. And how's your left shoulder? We've been working on that for almost 2 months now.
Yeah, it's way better.
Yes,
I see where I was with him.
Yeah.
And I can have more control. I get how dumb I looked on the first day.
So, and for him, we're going to do a third video on him with the finishing, where we're showing him being able to bench and have full range of motion. He's getting there, but we discovered some other things on him, so now he's making a lot more progress. All right, let's switch. Let's do the other side. Okay, so we're going to go back to the left side now. Here, left side doesn't really, there's no wing, so we don't have to worry about it. Because the right side, he's constantly throwing. So he's constantly going like this, right? And the left side pulls. So it's more normal for it to be, he can be weak in these muscles, but it's going to be a little bit more anchored because every time he throws, he does pull this way. Okay, down and up. Good. Don't let this move. Do you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I keep my fingers here. Now come up a little higher and watch what happens. Look at it, right? So we need to go where he can stay. He's really feeling like he's reaching with this arm so he can keep that shoulder anchored down. All right? So you want to feel like you're reaching on this angle here. Now, up. So if I keep my hand here, don't go too high. Don't worry about that. Just go to where you can stay in control of this. Go ahead. Now down and up. Good. Yeah, right there. He's moving on a little bit of an angle. There it is. You feel that? Grab around for more support. Yeah. Let's see who's calling me. It's probably a client that is trying to get here and don't understand where the place is. Do you see what I just did there to his shoulder? Do you feel that? That's where you want to be at, right? So you just can't come down that far now. That's where he can keep it in the humerus in that. And you roll back a little bit too far. Let it roll forward. Good. Now down. Just hold that right there. Hold. It's going to be hard enough. Feel? There it is. And that all right there, all in the back of the shoulder, yeah? There's just no muscle there. Okay, rest. One of the things also that I work with the client on, when they're throwing all the time, their hips get rotated. If he's right-handed, he's going to rotate to the left every time into this hip. So what happens is he starts, the shoulder's going to, if I roll my hip this way and I turn, where's my shoulder go? Dips down. So a lot of fixing his shoulder, you can see it right now. That's roll forward, that's back. That's because his hips rotate that way, okay? So some of the way that we fix this is we fix the hips and the rotation of hips. Is that 90% of fixing the shoulder? No, maybe it's 5–10%, but that's part of the program. There's 2 other exercises that we add on. We can put some links into some other videos, but we just ended on these just because it's more simple, just to show you, where he's at with some of the key exercises. But there's 2 more that are important and valuable. But these first 2 are the most important for him to really understand, and also for you guys to understand just a little bit more about shoulder positioning and how that scapula is going to wing.